everybody, it's Walter here with Coastal Caterers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple and easy yet delicious shrimp and grits recipe. And to make the shrimp and grits, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to need to make our grits. And we want to go ahead and make sure that the water is at a rolling boil, which it is. This is 4 cups of water. That's what the recipe calls for the grits. So it's going to be 4 cups of water, 1 cup of grits. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the water moving. And we're going to be putting in a half of a tablespoon of salt, and then we're going to be putting in a 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, and we're just making everything in the pot because we want everything in the grits to be ready when we have our shrimp, and put our shrimp after we've sauteed those onto the grits. And now we've got the water moving. We want to make sure you have the water moving and everything's at a rolling boil, because that's going to help from making the grits get lumpy. So go ahead and put the grits in slowly and keep whisking. That's going to keep the lumps out of it, like we just talked about a second ago. So just go ahead and keep it on. Okay, so once again, so far we've put in 4 cups of water, a cup of grits, our salt, and our pepper, and all this information is going to, of course, be down in the description. So now we've got that going. So what we want to do is we want to let the grits come back to a boil. So we've got the burner on high right now. Let it come back to a boil. So it's coming back to a boil now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn the grits down to a setting of 1 or low, and we'll go ahead and whisk it one more time. And I'm going to go ahead and move the grits back to the burner here for just a second. Turn it down. I'm going to cover those up. So I'm going to give the grits one more whisk. They've been cooking for about 5 minutes now. That's about what the directions call for. So we want to have them I like them thick, and they're going to get thick as they stand. But we're going to add some cheese. We're going to add some butter here, and they're going to get a little thicker when we add that. So just keep that in mind if you like the thicker grits. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add, this is 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. Go ahead and add that. And then we're going to go ahead and stir that in. So another thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure that you might want to taste it now and taste for the salt. If you like the amount of salt that you have put in there, that's really the backbone of everything. The salt needs to be how you like it, and then everything else just kind of builds on top of that, all the other ingredients. So now we've got our cheese grits made. This is going to be the base of our shrimp and grits. And the other thing that we're going to add now is going to be 2 tablespoons of butter. Go ahead and add that. And we're going to go ahead and mix it all up here. And we're going to give it a little more time to sit up here. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put the lid back on, and then we're going to get ready for sauteing the shrimp. To add that, and I'm going to go ahead and cover this. For the sauteing part, we're going to need just a few things, and we're going to be using green onions. I'm going to chop the roots away and then slice the onion and the scallion, and then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, a 1/2 tablespoon of red pepper, crushed red pepper, shrimp. We have about 2 dozen shrimp here, and then we've got some parsley. I'm going to use that to, when I'm sauteing some there, and we're also going to use parsley to make a final garnish on the shrimp and grits for presentation. So this is what we're going to need, and this will be in the description also. And now we can go back over to the stove and we can start sauteing the shrimp. So let's go ahead and start adding our ingredients that we need to the saute pan. And the first is going to be the green onion and the scallions. And we're going to follow that with the minced garlic, fresh red pepper, and we can save the parsley just for a little bit. We'll put that in at the end. And then we're going to kind of saute these things, saute these here a little bit before we add our shrimp. And once again, we have green onions, scallions, fresh red pepper, minced garlic. And we coated the pan for sauteing with olive oil. So next thing we're going to need to add is going to be the shrimp, of course. And we're going to add those after just put these down just a little bit more. And I'll tell you what, the aroma of this, garlic and green onion, fresh red pepper, man, it's smelling really good. And we're going to go ahead now and add our shrimp. One thing you want to keep in mind with shrimp when you're sauteing is if you want to have them in a single layer in the pan, so they all cook evenly and at about the same time. And we're sauteing here on heat setting of about 3. So we'll go ahead and give these just a minute or so to cook on this side, and then we'll flip them over. We'll check back in here in just a second. Now the shrimp have been cooking here for about a minute or so. You can kind of see they're cooked about halfway through. It's halfway through, so go ahead and start turning them. If you prefer, you can use a set of tongs to flip your shrimp over. I like using a spoon. And now everything's getting nice and coated. You want to make sure to move your shrimp around a little bit when you're cooking them. There are 2 here that need to be flipped still. Alright. So, now we can kind of move them all around one more good time to get all the spices and herbs onto the shrimp here. You know, like I said, we had a little bit of parsley we're going to throw in here at the end for things to give it a little more color. And we'll go ahead and give these about another minute to cook. So I got one on top of one over here. Alright. So we'll let this cook off here just a second. And we'll finish making our shrimp and grits. So about 5 minutes passed since we first started sauteing the onions and the garlic and added the shrimp. So this total time for the cook here was about 5 minutes. So we'll go ahead and ready to take this over and plate it on the shrimp. And let's go ahead and do that now. So now we've plated our grits that have been standing the time that we've been cooking sauteing the shrimp, and they are ready to be plated, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and add some of our sauteed shrimp here. Looking really good. Smelling aroma is great. And now we have a little more parsley that we chopped to finish garnishing. And there we have it. Easy shrimp and grits recipe. Hope you can try it, and I hope you can enjoy it and make it and everything. And if you hadn't had a chance to subscribe to our channel, that'd be great. We'd appreciate that. Or give us a like. And once again, this is Walter with Coastal Caterers, and we want to say thank you for watching this video on how to make shrimp and grits. And as always, we hope you have a great day. Thank you very much for watching.